Hey, thanks for joining me. Today it's all about time saving for social media, and we're going to talk about how to save time using the Buffer app. So stick with me. Personally, I've been using Buffer for a long while, and I've used several other scheduling tools. For me, it's a personal favorite just because it's a lot more simple to use than other platforms. So let's go ahead and dig in. This is the Buffer app, and if you don't have it or if you have never heard of it, just Google bufferapp.com and it'll take you here. You can sign up for a free account or you can get a paid account. So in terms of, let's go back here, we'll look at the pricing just so you'll know the structure. With the free program, you'll get a total of 2 social accounts. You can schedule 10 posts per account. The browser extension, we'll get into that in a moment. $10 a month, it's worth every single penny of this, if you ask me. I don't get any affiliate money for this. It's just an app that I use to schedule my post, and it makes it so easy. With the $10, you get a total of 10 social media accounts. You can schedule up to 100 posts per social media account. That's huge. And again, you can post to Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google+, Pinterest, and Instagram. There's also other programs available for business teams and agencies, but for most people, you'll fall into this free or $10 a month program. Once you click sign up for free, you're going to want to sign up using your Twitter account, Facebook account, or you can even create an account with just your email address and a password, and that's it. Now, once you've created your account, you're going to see a dashboard that looks similar to this, where you'll have the accounts that you've added over here, and you'll have this area here where I'm going to show you how to fill this up and quickly add content for all your social media channels. To add a social media account, you're either going to see this at the bottom or at the top right here. You'll click that. I've got 9 accounts used. I've got access to one more, so I could choose if I wanted to use another Twitter account, Facebook profile. But once you click one of these, all it's going to ask you to do is pretty much use the enter the username and password that you want to do and then log in. And it's as simple as that, just to connect one of your social media accounts. So let's go ahead and dive into how to use this app. One of the first things I want to let you know to get the most out of this is that there's an extension called the Buffer extension. Now, if you don't know how, and you use this on Chrome, so hopefully you're using Chrome, you'll go up here to these 3 dots, click More Tools, click Extensions, and we're going to scroll down to the bottom here, Get More Extensions, and I'm just going to type in Buffer. Now you can see the Buffer extension here. I'm going to add it to Chrome, click Add Extension. I'm going to show you why this is going to be huge in terms of scheduling your post as we go through this. So I'm going to click out of here, and you can see the extension is right here. So we're ready to go. Now, the great thing about using this type of a platform is that you can schedule your post ahead of time, so that you can schedule literally a week's worth of post in about an hour or so. Usually it takes me, for these accounts, it usually takes me about 2 hours, but if I only have like 1 to 3 accounts, I can do that in an hour easily. Now, I'm sure you're going to want to know, how do I find the content without just scouring the internet all day looking for things to put in your queue? Well, this can be done very easily. I've got a tool that I use. It's called Feedly. And Feedly is actually an RSS feed for all kinds of blogs. You can find anything pretty much related to your particular industry. I call this, for me, this is my 1-2 punch when it comes to scheduling social media quickly. Buffer plus Feedly. To get started, you can get a free account or you can do a paid account, which I think is about $65 a year. Again, no affiliate marketing here. This is just something that I use and I find huge value in it. To log in, I've got it connected to my Twitter account. Click sign in, and then it'll redirect me to the dashboard here. And on this side, you can see all the different feeds that I have. I've got some for social media where I follow some of my favorite blogs. And then I've also got some for Apple products because I have an Apple blog and I want to find information to post on there. To add content to it, it's simple. You'll click add content. And I like to do it by publications and blogs. So I'll just enter a title. So for me, I'll type in social media, or how about this? I'll type in Instagram. Now the Instagram blog, which I'm not following, I'm going to follow that. And I'm just going to add that to social media tips or social media. And now you can see over here on this side under social media, I should have 5 more feeds. Here it is. I have the Instagram blog added to that. So anytime they publish something on the Instagram blog, it's going to go straight into this RSS feed. So let's dig in and I'll show you how to easily schedule content to feed out to your social media networks. So I'm going to do this for my social media blog. So first I'm going to start with the social media, and I can either go here where I can get an overview of all of these blogs, or I can go to some of my favorites that I know are going to have some great content to share. So I'll click on Buffer because I know they typically have great content. Here's a huge one right here, the silent rise of LinkedIn to 500 million users. Wow. So I'm going to click on that. Now this is one of the things where having a paid account comes in handy, because if you don't have a paid account, you're going to need to click this link, wait for the site to open, and to share this, let's click on this Buffer extension that we just added. Now, the great thing about this, as opposed to some of the other social media sharing apps or scheduling apps that I've seen, I love the ease of use of this. I can just pick where I want to share this to by highlighting, and I can highlight multiples. I can also choose the photo that I want to have included. So I think I'm going to click that LinkedIn photo there. And I can share this to Twitter. I can add hashtags on here if I want to. I can add a different message or edit that message so that it speaks to my audience. For Facebook, I usually like to do this because you have to have a comment in here. So sometimes I'll put something like, wow, unbelievable. And my spelling here. Unbelievable stat. And I can X out this box here, which is another thing I love. And I can include this photo. And I always like to go back up here and include the link, because sometimes that link doesn't show on Facebook when I put it on there. And I'll add this to Google Plus as well. All I need to do is hit add to queue. Now when we go back here, you'll see that today this LinkedIn post is scheduled to go out to my Twitter following. Now, let's take a look at the scheduling aspect of this, because that's a huge thing as well. So say for Twitter, and for each of these, you're going to want to do this. So for me, for Twitter right now, I'll click on schedule. I can choose to post maybe just Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or I can choose any days of the week. For me, I usually post 7 days a week. I'm going to add another posting time here. And I'm going to make this post for 4 times during the day. These are just some random times that I have. And usually I'll look at my analytics on each platform to see when most people are being most engaged. And then I'll schedule my posting times based upon that. But just for the sake of this video, I want to show you how easy it is to schedule those posting times. If you have a posting time that you've added, you want to get rid of it, just remove it right there. So I've got 4 times there, and then a couple of times during the day. I can just post whenever I want to and know that I've got content that's already scheduled, so I don't feel overwhelmed or burdened to, oh my gosh, I've got to post. What am I going to schedule on Twitter? I don't have to worry about it because it's already done. So let's go back here, and then I'm going to go back to Feedly, and let's find something else. The other thing I want to show you in terms of the paid versus non-paid on here, if I have with the paid app, let me find another post that I like. Okay, 20 Instagram studies. And based upon the types of content that I save, I already know that the content is valuable. I know the sources are reputable. So I can choose to read the articles now, or I can go back later. But if you know that you have content that's coming from a valid source and they post consistently, and they're probably influencers in the industry, 9 times out of 10, you can trust what they put out. Is if you're interested in it, like this grabbed my attention, my audience is probably going to be interested in this as well. So one of the benefits, again, from a paid account, I don't have to click into here. All I have to do is click this buffer, and this is automatically going to pull content or pull this directly to my buffer feed. So again, I can choose to share this on Facebook, Google Plus. I'll just share this one on Facebook, Google Plus. One of the things I don't like is that it puts that Feedly hashtag in there. That's just one of my personal pet peeves. If you know how to get rid of that, let me know in the comments, because I've been looking for some way to get rid of that for quite some time. Add to queue. And it's just that easy. Let's go back to buffer, and you can see it's added right there. Some other sources that I use a lot, I'll pull from content from my blog. I'll pull content from YouTube, but my go-to is Feedly, because I've got access to a ton of articles and information. Just looking over here, it says you might also like, and I'm shocked that I don't have the Hootsuite blog on here. So I'm gonna, well, no, I do have the Hootsuite blog. I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna follow it anyway, because it probably has some great information. Social Media Explorer, I'll follow that as well. So you'll find suggestions over here. You'll find popular things over here. Top influencers are using Snapchat 33% less. Wow, interesting. Again, with this, I'm going to take off these hashtags. I'm going to leave the social media hashtag on there. Post this to Facebook, and this is how I usually post it if I don't want to write anything, because it makes you write something. And I always like to just use the images That's just my personal opinion. And now we can see that post is scheduled right here. Now, say for instance, if I'm scheduling some of the same post, which I have here under Facebook and Instagram, but I don't want them to show up at the same time, I can click shuffle and it'll just automatically shuffle those posts so that it'll put them in a random order, so they're going to appear at different times. I love that feature because I can post some of the same content, but it won't appear at the exact same time on each social network. Please leave me some comments and let me know if this is helpful for you or if you have any questions about this. So I hope you can see how this can be a huge time saver when it comes to posting relevant content for your audience, but at the same time not having that pressure of what am I going to post today. Now on Feedly, I want to share with you the differences between the basic, pro, and team memberships. As I mentioned, it's free to use. You can use up to 100 sources, up to 3 different feeds, 3 boards, and you can also use it on mobile desktop. One of the things that I love about this is that everything in the basic, unlimited sources, unlimited feeds, unlimited boards, Google alerts. It integrates with if this then that, Zapier integration as well. So I think with most of my fan base, you guys will be okay with the basic or the pro. I think once you try that basic and you see the limitations on that, you're going to find yourself upgrading. It's kind of like a no-brainer. One of the other things I want to let you know about this Chrome extension here for Buffer is that you don't even have to be in the Buffer app. You don't have to be using Feedly. You can just be going across the internet, doing your normal reading, and find something that you run across and say, hey, this is nice. This is a great article. It's something I definitely want to share with my readers. All you have to do is click that extension up there. I didn't share this on LinkedIn, so I'm going to schedule this for my LinkedIn profile. And it's that simple. I mean, you can't get much easier than this. Let's explore the settings at the top here for a moment. This is content, of course, we've seen this. You also have a tab for analytics. Now this is you can show this by popular, most retweets, most likes, most replies, most clicks, most reach. You can even populate this and categorized by least popular, so you can see what's not working. So maybe you can tweak those posts if they belong to you, or you can get rid of them. I'll show you one of my favorites in this, especially on Twitter, because you can post content and repost it so often. I'll often do like most retweets over a certain time period, and this one got a few retweets, couple of likes, clicks on there. I can hit rebuffer and I can just add that to my queue. So I'm sharing content again that has already been shared, but I know that it gets engagement. So that's huge. And it's, again, a huge time saver. And I like to do that probably like once a week or so. I'll go in and find posts with the most clicks or most comments or whatever, and I'll repost those. The other thing we have at the top, which we already explored, was the scheduling. So you can create your schedule for your posting times. Make sure you have it set to your particular time zone. Also under settings, you've got link shortening. It's by default, it's set to buffer, which is the buff.ly. You can change it to bit.ly or jump. I've never used that one. And then it also associates with your Google Analytics if you have analytics tracking set up via UTM parameters. You can manage your team members. If an account is disconnected, you can reconnect it. You can pause a queue if you want to. You can empty the entire queue if you want to, or you can choose to remove the account. So those are the settings here at the top. That's how you use Buffer to save time with your social media scheduling. For me, again, I like to use Buffer with Feedly. It's my 1-2 punch when it comes to scheduling social media quickly and getting relevant content that I know my readers would probably be interested in. If this video helped you understand and utilize Buffer more, please hit that subscribe button so I can keep making these videos for you every week. And also please click that like button as well. Thanks again for coming by. I am Tanya, your marketing lady. I'll see you next time.